Yo ho ho, Don Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Don Mafia Report. And ladies and gentlemen, before I pressed that record button, I was legitimately just thinking in the back of my mind, how lucky, how fortunate are we that the Buffalo Bills have made it thus far, that I am still able to make preview videos in practically almost February. Honestly, at the end of the day, we just need to tip our cap to this damn team because they have earned each and every single playoff win that they have had thus far. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a damn test ahead of us. We really do. The Kansas City Chiefs. We played them this season already, and we ended up losing a heartbreaker, only dropping it by 9 points. And you probably noticed my title of this video saying that I sincerely believe that the Buffalo Bills are about to upset the Kansas City Chiefs in their own house. And yes, even if Patrick Mahomes does play, which it is looking like he is about to. Now, typically in these videos, what I like to do is I like to preview exactly how I feel that the Buffalo Bills defense needs to perform against the Kansas City Chiefs offense, and then how the Buffalo Bills offense needs to perform against the Kansas City Chiefs defense. But I do want to preface this with a couple of things. A lot of you might think that, hey, Dan, you're kind of being ballsy here. You're saying that the Buffalo Bills are about to upset the Chiefs in their own house. Well, you're right, I am. I sincerely believe that, and for one main reason, and that has to do with personnel. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we ended up losing to the Chiefs only by 9 points, and get this, and this is exactly what our roster looked like during that game. The Buffalo Bills were missing Matt Milano, and we all understand how key of a guy that is for our defense to be able to stop the run and just be efficient in general. John Feliciano. We had to have Brian Winters at right guard, and Chris Jones absolutely ate the entire game. Dawson Knox was out, and Levi Wallace when we ended up bringing the rookie Cam up from the practice squad moving forward. Not only that, Trey White was a game-time decision, so there's absolutely no way that that man was healthy going into it. We just brought him up for last-case scenario. Tremaine Edmonds was still battling a shoulder injury, but he was out there. And our beloved quarterback, Josh Allen, was also battling a separated shoulder that he experienced during the Week 4 matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders. So really, when I look at this and say that I'm the Kansas City Chiefs going into this game, they are not facing the exact same Buffalo Bills team. They really are not. On top of that, you're also looking at the weather conditions that occurred during Week 6. It was windy, it was shitty, it was wet. It does appear to be raining in Kansas City on Saturday, but anything can happen in the winter as far as weather is concerned. But the wind seems to be pretty much nominal moving forward. So this Kansas City Chiefs team is about to be seeing an entire different Buffalo Bills squad. But without further ado, let's just dive into the specifics. All right, so number one, the Buffalo Bills defense versus the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Now listen, we all understand, ladies and gentlemen, that this team is a explosive offense. And so if there's any other team that I can pick out in this entire league that has an explosive offense, pretty much the exact same as the Buffalo Bills, it is clearly the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe the Green Bay Packers, but we will get there. And it all boils down to the quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. And you have no idea. There is nothing more that I want than to put to rest that theory that the Buffalo Bills could have had Patrick Mahomes, and I need Josh Allen to go out there and beat him. But anyway, we need to look at the statistics for this guy. So far in 2020, Patrick Mahomes is a 66.3 completion percentage, 4,740 yards, 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And so frankly, that is no surprise. Those are tremendous numbers. He's had similar numbers from the first year that he started in 2018 when he won the MVP, and then in 2019 when he ended up winning not only the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl MVP as well. Going into the season, there was no question in my mind that this guy was going to be putting up the same type of production. But now that he's been out in the field for a while, he's been behind center, there's a couple of things that people are starting to learn about Patrick Mahomes, particularly on how he plays in these certain particular scenarios. And there's two things that I want to point out. It's how long he holds onto the ball and exactly how he performs under pressure. It's pretty intriguing, right? So Pat Mahomes, he holds onto the ball for an average of 2.87 seconds per play. Now, when Pat Mahomes goes on ahead and he releases the ball, I believe they said something under 2.49 seconds, and his completion percentage is absolutely through the roof, right? Like pretty much in the 70s. But when he holds on to it a bit longer, then that's where he ends up getting into trouble, and his completion percentage goes down more into like the 50s. Let's put it that way. And saying that stat, it's probably going to surprise a lot of you because you've seen him roll out of the pocket, extend plays all the time, and then hit Tyreek Hill deep or Travis Kelce on a crossing route or something along those lines. But what the numbers are suggesting is the longer you make Patrick Mahomes hold on to the ball, the less effective he is. And a lot of that has to do with my second point, which causes him having to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and that is pressure. Now, and so I want to get your feedback on this stat right here. It's going to surprise a lot of you. When Patrick Mahomes is kept clean, dude man completes 74.4% of his passes, meaning that if a defense is unable to cause pressure on this guy, then he will dice you up. He will take you to the fucking cleaners and wipe his ass with your hopes and dreams. This is exactly what we do not want the Buffalo Bills to do. On the contrary, when Patrick Mahomes experiences pressure, and I'm not talking about blitzing because he'll fuck you up in blitzing as well, I'm talking about organic front four pressure. When he experiences that, his completion percentage is 47.8%. 47.8%. You guys would not have believed me if I were to legitimately stare you in the eye and say that. So listen, while Patrick Mahomes, he's explosive, there's a couple of things that I think that we need to do to get the best out of the Buffalo Bills defense against the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Now, there's no mistake that they have damn weapons, y'all. They really do. They have Tyreek Hill. They have McCall Hardman. Those two are absolute burners. There's not a DB on our damn squad that can keep up with either of them, so expect a shit ton of zone from Sean McDermott's game plan moving forward. And then, of course, they have Sammy Watkins, who brings a little bit of size into the squad, and then Travis Kelce, in my opinion, the best tight end ever to damn do it. Ever to damn do it. So we have a lot on our plate. So if I had to say one thing, and this is a controversial take, put it down in the comments and let me know whether or not that you disagree with me here. I think the Buffalo Bills need to establish the exact same game plan that they executed during the Kansas City Chiefs, the first matchup. A lot of people are like, oh my God, Dan, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire ended up rushing all over us, 200-plus yards, completely ate us apart. Here's the reason why that didn't work, ladies and gentlemen. Our personnel was not where it needed to be. We were missing Levi Wallace. We were missing Matt Milano. We were missing a healthy Tremaine Edmonds. Trey White was a should have been sap, but he ended up playing anyway. We need to execute that exact same damn play. We need to play a lot of zone. We need to invite them to run, because right now, ladies and gentlemen, our personnel is where it's at. We essentially have a healthy ass defense. Hopefully Vernon Butler can go on ahead and make it happen, but that's exactly what it is. That's my key to the game. Run that exact same scheme going into against Kansas City, because we have the personnel that can make this happen. So now it comes down to how the Buffalo Bills offense is going to stack up against the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Now, thank God we are not going up against another top 10 defense like we have essentially for the past 3 weeks, when we had the Dolphins, when we had the Colts, and then we had the Ravens. I mean, all three of those teams are tremendous defensively, and now we're going to be seeing a defense that is largely in the middle of the pack, somewhat comparable, statistically at least, to the Buffalo Bills. So looking at the Kansas City Chiefs defense, they are letting up 22.6 points per game, 358 yards total per game, 122 yards on the ground. That really doesn't matter because we can't run for shit. We know that. And then 236 pass yards per game. Now, when you look at this squad, they have some playmakers. They really, really do. Chris Jones, he completely ate. He completely ate during Week 6. A lot of that, like I said previously, had to do with the fact that Brian Winters is just god-awful. Hopefully, John Feliciano will be able to at least stop the bleeding from that type of pressure we are ultimately about to be experiencing. And so, of course, you still have Frank Clark, who hasn't been the same Frank Clark of the past, but he is still somewhat effective depending on the day. Overall, their defensive line is pretty damn good. They can make penetration through the offensive line and make a quarterback's life a living nightmare, as we saw on Week 6. The safety tandem, it's absolutely dangerous. Absolutely dangerous with the Honey Badger himself. They're playmakers. They're going to go out there and they're going to want to make plays against this offense. But then it comes down to their CB room. Their CB room, in my opinion, is where Josh Allen can have his fun. Because in my opinion, what Josh Allen needs to be doing is legitimately searching for as many man-to-man matchups as he can when their cornerbacks are going up against our receivers. Whether or not that it's the John Brown, Cole Beasley, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs. Make it happen. Make it happen. Go on ahead, find those matchups, and completely eat when you can. Running the ball, please, for the love of God, don't try to establish the run. We all know we cannot establish the run. We cannot run the ball. Go out there and pass. And then at the end of the day, I'm feeling super confident because Josh Allen no longer has a separated shoulder. Let's go on ahead and knock on wood here. And so when I look at this Kansas City Chiefs defense, even on a deeper scale as well, you need to understand that they are not a very good tackling team. Go on ahead and utilize Stephon Diggs, John Brown, Cole Beasley, and just let's hope that they can get a lot of yards after the catch, which they have actually been pretty damn good at so far this season, and just go in. Like, this offense is something to prove. They were completely mismatched due to a quarterback that was playing at least 60% during week 6. I think that our offense can have a field day with this Chiefs defense as long as we can pick out the appropriate matchups as possible. Our offensive line needs to have a damn game. They need to do whatever they can to slow down Jones and the rest of their defensive line and just move forward from there. So yeah, Del Mafia, as far as a score prediction is concerned, I'm going to have to say that the Buffalo Bills are going to win this. They are going to win this 35-28. Yes, you heard me correctly. I do think that the Buffalo Bills are about to upset the Kansas City Chiefs. In my opinion, I just think when we have a fully healthy squad, which we do, we are a slightly better team. And I think that that's going to show out. I think it's going to be a somewhat of a challenge because the Kansas City Chiefs allow a lot of fans into that stadium, especially compared to the 6,700 that we were allowed to have. I'm pretty sure it's close to 27,000, so it might be the loudest Josh Allen has faced in a very long time. Let's hope the weather can go on ahead and hold up. But Del Mafia, do me a favor, leave a comment. What's your final score prediction for this game? I really want to hear it. How nervous are you? Are you shitting your pants already? Regardless, guys, we need to be proud of this damn team because, in my opinion, this is not the last preview video you're getting from me, baby. We're getting a Super Bowl preview video, and that's about all I can say at this point. Del Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the Del Mafia Report, and before I let you go, always remember, let's go Buffalo.